Hi Floss Tube, this is Colleen stitching with the Sisterlies. This is Floss Tube 76. It is going to be Colleen's 2021 WIP Parade, and these are what I will be bringing over into 2022. Cheryl is in California visiting with family, or her son and his family. She'll be back, I think, next week sometime. And then we give her a couple days, and then we could do our regular Floss Tube. But in the meantime, since she said she'd be bored and yawn, and perhaps even fall asleep on my WIP Parade, I will go ahead and do my WIP Parade while she's not here. I don't have a big parade. I only have like, I don't know, 13 or 14. So let's go with... I've done this so many times because I'm out of sync, I'm out of whatever, but we're going with it. I can't do it anymore. Okay, the first one is, whoops, I'm sorry, that is not the first one. First one is Teresa Kogut's Lincoln's Eagle. And I am stitching this on 25 count oatmeal Lugana by Bee in My Bonnet, or Lori Holt. And that's what I have so far. So as you can see, at least I've all my corners met. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole fill-in. I think I'm going to start with the eagle, or go down to the eagle, which is kind of in the middle of this here, and then decide if I'm going to do all the fill-in. It kind of looks okay. And besides that, I like her border, how she has part of it kind of going like that. It looks really cool. All right, that's that one. The next, I did have all these out, but every time I put them away and go to upload this, the sync is off and I don't know how to fix it. So the next one is Lori Holt. Nope. Where did Prim go? I just saw it. There we go. Lori Holt's Prim and Proper. And on this, I also did the quilt. So I've pieced it, I quilted it, I binded it, and I hung it in my bedroom. So apparently I'm faster at quilting than I am at cross stitch. But here's where I am on this. And so I have the bottom to do both sides. I think both sides are X's. And another flower and leaves and a vase. And then I will have that one done. Okay. Next. What do we have next? This one is, this one is charted and designed by Julie of Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. And she designs and uploads her chart designs on, I think it's Hemlock and Rye, or Rye and Hemlock. I'll link it below. But so this isn't a political one. This isn't yay or nay about the vice president. This is simply for my sister. So when we're floss tubing together and she tells me a joke I don't get or a riddle I don't get, I could just say, I'm speaking. Maybe. I don't know. That's my thought. That was my thought. I think that's, well, yeah, it's a year old. All right, what is our next one? Letters from Mom. I keep wanting to say Jeanette McDonald, but this is by Jeanette Douglas, and I am stitching this on 28 count country mocha, vintage country mocha, and I'm using my colors from Stash. Oops, let me get the picture off. Sorry. You'd think I'd be smooth as many times as I have had to do this. Now, I was reading a bunch of my Grandma Bee's letters, and so I'm going to start back with that, but we're going to do my mom's letters to me. And that's sort of problematic because I was always scolded. Always scolded. And you know, I mean, I have to take accountability. It was me probably that needed the scolding. Um, Even as a young adult, I guess, with children. But I also have a little sister, and she was part of the reasons for those scoldings, whether they were valid or not. They worked for her. The next one is, sorry, Teresa Kogut's United We Stand. And this is a chart that she was doing during the time that everybody was in lockdown. So with the brick and mortar shops, she put a bunch of big brick and mortar shops on a piece of paper and put them in a bowl and then picked them, and then whatever chart came up, whatever brick and mortar came up, then the proceeds from that chart would go to them. And so that was pretty cool, if you ask me. And here's as far as I am on this. And I'm kind of using my own colors, but I'm stitching this on 16 count Stars and Stripes fabric flare, I believe. I should be able to, you know, maybe if this doesn't work, I can always just go and dub my voice in. Maybe that'll work. Oh, this one's Ask Not. This one is Ask Not by, it's part of a quote by JFK, and it's by this chart is by the Resting Eagle. I am doing a stitch along with Bobbie from Pumpkin Creek Primitives, I think. And we're supposed to be stitching this on any government holiday, but apparently I haven't. But here's as far as I've got. And I'm going to keep going on this. I don't know if Bobbie's going to keep going or if she's going to scrap this. I don't want to put words in her mouth. But I want to keep going because my Cheryl, she, one Christmas, I think it was, or my birthday, one of them, she got me a 20 by 40 or 20 by 20 photograph of JFK that was even signed. And I opened it up. I go, "Oh, thank you." And she goes, "Well, I know you like JFK." And I'm like, Mom did, but that's okay. You know, we'll just he's up there and he's on one wall and Lincoln's on the other wall, so they can commiserate. And now we have, this is by Paulette Stewart of Plum Street Samplers. And this is Sew Sisters. And where I am on this is, I have Cheryl almost done. She's a big girl, so, but she's almost done. There's a lot of skirt. I'm going to make me thinner. If I did, it would just because the skirt, there's a lot of, I'm not going to do that. It would be funny though. It would really be funny. All right, this one is another Teresa Kogut, and it is a quote by Abraham Lincoln, and it's "One day at a time." Excuse me, I'm running out of voice. How many times I've recorded this? And here's where I'm stitching this on 16 count historic beige by Fabric Flare, and whoop, that's where I am. And it's going to be a big one, but I'm going to keep, I want, some of my projects I want big. Some of them I just want to be like standout pieces. And where are we now? Oh, this one is. This is Prairie Schooler Black Angels. And I'm stitching this on 25 count Lori Holt Lagana. And here's where I am so far. And this would look really sweet on this 1/1. It'd be real tiny, it'd be cute. But I'm using Krynic on this, and I'm not having any issues with the Krynic. So that's a good thing. And that one is that one. We're getting down. We're getting down. This one. This one is... I'm up here. Brenda Gervais, Coming to America. And I'm stitching this on whatever, it's 36 count. I'm not sure of what the linen is. It came in a kit that I got from Kitten Stitcher. And I haven't gotten really far. This was like one of my first forays into linen. And that's where I'm at. And I think this is a 36 count though. And now that I can stitch on 36 and 40, maybe I can get going on that. I think I put it off because I needed a color, and apparently that color stopped me from going any further. It wasn't the color I was stitching. I also ordered from Brenda the project bag that came with Coming to that you can order associated with Coming to America, and so I got this all sewed up. So apparently I could also sew faster than I can cross stitch. And this one is... Jana's going to like this one. No, she's not, because I haven't gotten any further. So this one is Prairie Schooler Santa 2006. And this is where I am on him. And I have to take this part out wherever my finger... Oh, it's weird. Right there. Because it's the wrong color red. So I have to unstitch that and then keep going. And you can really tell. It's not like you can't tell. But Gina, I will be continuing that. And this is the one that was my very first foray into linen. And it's JBW Designs Alpha Boutique. And for my red sampler, I'm way behind. And that's as far as I got. And this is on 32 count, roasted something. 32 count French roast linen. I don't know if you could see that, but anyway, now that if I can stitch on 36 and 40, I probably could stitch on 32. And so that's that one. Two more Lincolns. Where did you go? Oh, here we go. Sorry. This one is, this is the Great American Cross Stitch Collection, Presidents in Profile. This one is Lincoln in Profile. However, I call him Pam's Lincoln because she gifted me this chart, and I am forever grateful. And I am stitching this on 40 count Country Mocha. You know, I like this 40 count Country Mocha, I guess. Coffee, Pacific Northwest, I don't know. But this is where I am so far. Cheryl, if you're watching this, presently kind of looks like Dad. But I have the chin to go, chin and mouth and chin, because mouth comes before chin, and then the neck, and then the broadness, and then there's some words at the bottom. And then I will be done with this one. And then my last and maybe favorite, but no, they're all my favorites, is Honest Abe, Abraham Lincoln Sampler by Twin Peak Primitives. I can talk. And I have started, we have a sal with this. It is hashtag Honest Abe, SAL, I think. And I started this like 3 times. I started it on 25 count Toast Lugana by Bee Stitch Me. It's beautiful. and I was stitching 1/1. It looked awesome, but so very tiny. And I want this to be a statement piece on my wall because we have Abe and Mare and his children. So I want this to stand out. I think Mark, my husband, would too. And so then I tried it on 40 count. That would make it bigger. But for whatever reason, I was struggling with it, and I don't know what I was doing wrong. I think you're supposed to, people say you should start by a vertical thread or something, and maybe that was my problem. I didn't do that. So I called Acorns and Threads. Cheryl had given me a gift certificate at Acorns and Threads. Got a hold of Jen, and she suggested 36 count. 36 count, pictureless plus linen, legacy. And so that's where we are. Okay. And so I didn't like the coverage of this, of 310. So I tried Sulky over here on the H over here. Doop, right there. So that's what I'm going to go with. And hopefully, by the time Cheryl gets back and we do another floss tube, I will have Honest Abe stitched, the sword, the Bible, and the face. I mean, scales. I'm hoping. So that is all of my cross stitch whips. I also have, as you can see back here, this is a wool applique that I'm doing for my middle son, Randy. He was born in 1976, so I'm doing this for him. And he's seen the picture and I really liked it. I have to just do the blanket stitch around it and then the back piece and stitch around it, and then that will be ready. And that was out of a Caroline Barbie, or not Caroline Barbie anymore. Caroline, what's your Instagram name? Pokey Little Pineapple, I think. Sent me a McCall's book, and I'll link it below. I don't know if you can get it anymore. And that was in it, so that's what I did. And then one time when I was in Oregon with Cheryl, we went to Pioneer Quilts, and I picked up a applique kit by I think it's Bonnie Sullivan, All Through the Night or something like that. But this is, I think that's what she goes by professionally. And so this is a Birdie, and all the leaves I have to stitch on, and little buttons go in between those little leaves. And so that's that. And then I'm doing some EPP. I've had this done for a while. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. So I have 9 of these. This is EPP, English people piecing. Yeah, English paper piecing. And here's one of them. This is Tula Pink's Elizabeth line, which is out of print. She is having some kind of reprinted, I think Parisville this year is what's going to be reprinted. And here's another one. And so anyway, I have 9 of them. And I thought I'd piece them all together, quilt it, and put it on the end of my bed. Like, cover my feet. End of my bed. Whatever, the end of my bed. And then for my oldest son, I am doing Blackbird Designs, the Raven. And so I have all 9 of my, I can't remember how many blocks. I think 9. And I have 4 more that I need to applique. And then I will put this all together, sash it and put it together, and quilt it, and get that one done. So those are all my whips for 2021 that are going into 2022. And then Pam of Keep On Stitching and KeaBee decided they were doing a New Year's Eve 12 by 12, so 12 starts by midnight. And luckily it's only 1:30 here. I feel like I have much more time than they do before it's midnight. So I have, I think, 3 started, so I need to get on it, but I've had to re-record this how many times, I don't know. And so I'm doing that. So I'll have 12 starts besides those 13 or 14 WIPs because I can. Let's see. I think Cheryl already sent Jan Holder, her giveaway for guessing the riddle correctly. I have 2 that I have to send out from the last time we recorded, and they're sitting on top of my kitchen table. And as soon as the snow and ice melt, which should be Sunday, my cousin's coming up, so because I won't drive in the ice in the snow. My cousin's coming up, so I'll get that mailed out Monday, and we're also going to go to Snohomish, not to Antique, Cheryl, unless. And I have to pick up my Bernina from Quilting Mayhem because it needed servicing and cleaning and updating. So I can't wait to get that back. I have a smaller Bernina, but I like my big Bernina. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful, safe, happy New Year. Lincoln and I are just gonna watch Floss Tube and get some more stitching in because I have to do 12 starts by midnight. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope this is in sync. If it's not, just don't look at me when I'm talking. Bye.